student is unhappy about or doesn't agree with the feedback they've got from their tutor, what do they do then?
So one of the things that the university is very clear about, in fact, nearly all universities are clear about, is that, and the Quality Assurance Agency support this as well, is you don't question academic judgment. So if a tutor has said you are weak in X because, and here's an example, the student may not agree with it, but if the tutor has got an example where the student is weak that can be demonstrated, the student has to accept it and try and learn from it. What I found rarely in the past, and I'm always up to talking to students, and some do contact me directly, is where the student says, well, they've only given, they haven't marked this area correctly at all. And I might have a chat to the tutor, and the tutor says, well, I'm comfortable with what I've done. I will go back and tell the student, look, it's been through a process of marking and moderation. And this is part of the mechanics that go on in the background that students often aren't aware of. So it's not just marked by one person and no one else is going to look at that piece of work. It gets moderated, or it could be second marked. It then a sample undergoes some external scrutiny as well. So it tends to catch any cases where the marking might be too harsh, too lenient, incorrect. And so I would just say to the students, look, if you feel you have a strong case, and it can't be about personalities, it's got to be about what's in the feedback and what's written and what is demonstrated in the work you submitted, then you could politely ask if they would look at it again in case they may have missed a page in your exam that they were marking, or whatever it might be, because you thought you got more for that question. And some tutors do it and some don't, but because it's their prerogative. But often I would want to listen to what a student says and possibly go and investigate myself, or I would ask the tutor to just double check. I'm not saying that we get very many of these, we get very few of these, and I would become more, I might have to change my position if we suddenly had a flooding of the opening of the gates because everyone thought, oh, I'm going to try and challenge this. Where the cases are merited, we'll look at them, and where they're not, we will just say, look, we're comfortable with what we've done. And we do rarely go back and change something if there has been a genuine oversight. It's rare, very rare. But
are you talking about in rare in FLAS or rare in maths in your subject?
Oh, well, in my subject area. So my subject area,
maths is not as subjective as other.
Yes, it's more precise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So often the questions are about, well, I got the right answer. Yes, but there's no working out. You've just stated an answer. You could have guessed it. So that has no mathematical rigor about it. And you point them to an example where they should have followed the approach that you're expecting them to take. So I wouldn't want to go in and tell someone in law or someone in humanities how they should be marking. That's not what we do. We trust the academics, they're professional, and they will maintain the standard that is required in their marking. And if it ever comes up short, then we deal with it.